Hey guys, so today I'm releasing a guide on how to get a second Inferno Adze. Up to now in game you could only possibly get one, and now exploiting a little trick you can get a second one. I guess some would say it's possibly a bug or a glitch, but I wouldn't say it's abuse, and I think it's perfectly safe to do this. There's no obviously advantage to it apart from having a nice placeholder just for convenience in your bank. Now it doesn't just work with the Inferno Adze, it works with quite a number of items doing the very similar trick, but it should also work in identically the same way with the ring and the gloves that give the fire making XP boosts if you want to get them, which you could probably do at the same time. However, I'm only going to show the Adze, as that's the one I wanted a placeholder of, which is really nice. So basically this works by forcing the item to appear on the floor while going to get another one. So this means you've got to do all the beacons during the video, and if you don't know how to do the beacons, I'll have a little annotation on screen right now so you can go and check that out. Obviously you've got to have an Adze all ready to do this, so I'd presume most of you know already how to get one, but if you need to check up the locations or anything, my guide is on screen right now. So anyway, let's move onwards. The first thing I want to say is that you probably should only take the items you want to take. You will be going to the wilderness, and in the EOC it's actually quite dangerous at the God Wars section where the little snow hits you damage. It hits 200s now, which is quite a considerable amount, and stuck with the wolves you will probably take a little bit of damage, so you might want to take a little bit of food just in case. But first thing you want to do is put the logs in all the beacons, as simply this will enable you to not waste any time when you're lighting the beacons. You're going to be wanting to be as fast as you can. The magic logs do last 18 minutes, so you do want to be using magic logs just to give you the best chance of not running out of time, because you don't want to just finish, well, you should be okay, but you have to do a little bit extra after you finish lighting all the beacons, just where you go to the King Black Dragon and commit suicide to get your Adze on the floor. So that's all I want to say about that, and next you're going to want to set up your bank and a few other things. So now that you've filled up all the beacons with logs, what you need to do is set your Varrock teleport spot to be the centre of Varrock, rather than the Grand Exchange. You can do this by talking to Vanica, who you can talk to just in Edgeville dungeon, just through the dungeon floor just down there. The other thing you need to do is set up your bank so you've got a few items right near each other, so that you can grab them out as fast as you can. Now the main thing you want to have next to each other is the Inferno Adze and a load of vials. So you can grab the Adze, wield it, and fill up your inventory of vials, which is what you need to do. And then the other things you need to get close to each other is a charged glory. One charge will do. Telegraph runes next to each other, and a Varrock teleport tab to make sure you can teleport to the centre of Varrock very fast and go and collect your other Adze. So now I'm going to go and light all the beacons. However, I do not want to light the Varrock. I don't want to light the Edgeville beacon. This is very important, as this is pretty much how you manage to get a placeholder Adze. So I'm starting to light the beacons now, and as I said before, I will be missing out the Edgeville beacon. This is because Edgeville is where I will respawn after I go to the King Black Dragon. Now the reason I'm going to be going to the King Black Dragon is to suicide, as it is a very fast way to suicide, as you can simply use the teleporter in Edgeville to get straight there, and obviously without an anti-dragon fire shield you're going to get wrecked. Now the way it works is that you fill up your inventory with the vials and you equip the Inferno Adze. And for some reason, which I'm not really sure why, when you respawn in Edgeville, all the vials will be in your inventory. However, normally when you die, the Inferno Adze would go in your inventory. But however, since your inventory is full of vials, the Inferno Adze appears on the floor. At least that's as far as I can tell is the reason why. But it appears on the floor. Now, you haven't got long until the item turns to coins. So you have to be very fast. So in the time that it falls on the floor, you've got to go to King Rolled, get your other Adze that you've just earned, but you've also got to first light the beacon in Edgeville. Now the reason I say leave the one in Edgeville is because you'll respawn there, and the reason you want to leave it is because it triggers the reward when you light the last beacon rather than speak to King Rolled. Now, if you already have your Adze, it will not trigger the reward, so you've got to lose your first Adze before triggering the reward, i.e. lighting the last beacon. So that's pretty much how it works, and then obviously you've got to collect from Rolled and get back to Edgeville with the glory that I said to keep in your bank, and all is well, all is well. So I'm just running along here lighting up the beacons, and as you can see the next one is Edgeville. That is just over this water here. Nice lag spike. The beacon is just here, and I will miss this one out as I will respawn and light it then. But the telegrab runes are to telegrab the Inferno Adze off the floor, because if you pick it up, like a standard pickup, for some reason it disappears. So you cannot use that to pick that up. Obviously this is some sort of bug, but in my opinion isn't exactly abuse. Oh my god, it's Elftails. What a stalker. Seriously, she just follows me everywhere. Can't get rid of her no matter how much I try. So obviously you don't like the beacon in Edgeville, and other than that, that's pretty much it. There's nothing much more to say. So I've got my tireless run scrolls out, just so I have maximum run the whole time. But I'm just going to finish up lighting these beacons, and then I will show you the rest. Just a quick note, don't read the public chat. Oh my god. So I'm just running up to the last beacon now. Of course my terror bird decided that it would run out of time on its timer, because I actually AFK'd too long, which kind of means I've just had to walk all the way from God Wars. So just lighting this last beacon, and then I'm going to tell you to Edgeville, and I need to be as fast as I can. Hopefully the KBD doesn't take its time to kill me. I don't want all the beacons to obviously run out of time. So just going to squeeze through here and tell you to Edgeville and run into the bank and get ready to run to the KBD. I need to bank everything. Hopefully this Iron Dragon doesn't kill me. Edgeville, go! There we go, there we go. This way out of the wilderness is quite helpful, to say the least. Right, straight into the bank. Oh, she's still here. Such a stalker. Anyway, right, into here, bank everything. So I need to grab my adze. I need to equip my adze, and I need to get all my vials out. There we go, everything ready to the KBD. Look at her, she's such a bad influence. Look at this bad language. Anyway, right, the KBD teleport is just up here. This is the quickest way there. Just run from Edgeville northwest. And this is the quickest way to die. Oh yes, don't ask me again. No, take going, I don't mean dying. See, I don't know if I toggled that off or not. But anyway, right, I'm going to kill King Rock Dragon. This hopefully should one-hit me. Oh, she's risking her life. She's risking her life. Oh, I'm horribly burnt. I'm horribly burnt. Come on, kill me. Faster, faster. Kill me! Oh my god. How come she dies? Come on. So you just gotta wait for it to kill you, and then my Inferno Adze should appear on the floor. There we go. Oh dear, you're dead. I need to run it to the bank as fast as I can. There you can see it on the floor there. I need to be as fast as I can. Bank all my vials. Grab. And a Varrock tab. I need to light this beacon. And then I should get the reward message. There we go, I can get an Inferno Adze. So I just need to go and collect that Adze. Now, obviously if you're not fast enough, you risk that first Adze disappearing on the floor, which obviously would be a little bit of a disaster. But the thing is, you'll never lose an Adze unless you light all the beacons and mess up. So, right, there's King Rolled. Talk to him. Hold spacebar. I know it takes quite a while for this chat. Talk about beacons. I'm here to claim my reward. There we go. To Edgeville. Get my spell ready, which is the 4th slot, the skill tab. And then I can collect my last adze. I need to be fast. I'm spam clicking just over here. Still on the floor. It takes very little time to disappear, so telegrab. And I have 2 Inferno Adze. There we go. Whack them in my bank. Look at this, back in their slot. Stacked Inferno Adze. Placeholder right there. Oh yes, that is how you do it, and this is a miracle for me. I know this works with a few other items. It also works with the completion escape, which is very useful, and that's how I first found out about it. And then I thought, I'm going to try for Inferno Adze, and it works. And so if you found this guide helpful, do post in the comment, do give it a like and post a comment. I know I'm really happy that I've got that, because I know I always hate using my adze because you can't have another one. But yeah, so thanks for watching guys. I really hope you found this guide helpful. It did take a lot of effort trying to do this actually, trying to figure out exactly how it worked. because the first time I actually lit all the beacons and didn't leave the one at Edgeville, and then I figured out you'd have to leave that. But anyway, yeah, that's how it works. 2 Inferno Adze right there. You've seen it here. Thanks for watching. See you later.